Alright, this is probably my final game of the GB, given that it's been hard to find opponents. That's my fault. Got an extension to help me, or to help various people find opponents. We get to play Aicila for what's probably our final game. And we'll see how we do. I hate that 3-7-3-8. That card was annoying me last time I had it. Alright, I have a serious down issue, but they have a serious down issue. It looks like 5-8-8-1 might just be safe, but I could play like 8-6-4-7 and 5. I might have other options. That's the one that I see quickly. 7-7-4-4 and 5 also sets up both ways, so I probably have coverage of that. I do have coverage of 2-5-8-7, so hopefully I have enough coverage, and they have a pretty significant up weakness too. Not sure necessarily how I'd exploit it because my down weakness is pretty severe. They could also do something like 5-8-8-1 and 7, which looks very annoying to me. That's probably what I'd play if I was them. Because I don't really want to... Like, I could do something like 3-7-3-8 and 9 and set up such that I have 8 and they don't. But I think in that case they just block 8, and because they don't have 8. And then it's hard for me to have good L's, but I guess they probably don't have much up there, so maybe I survive that. Notably, my 8-6-4-7 is never really safe in its corner. 2-4-6-8 covers it well, and they also have an 8 to the right, so they might use that on their starter. I could see 5-8-8-1. I could see me playing 6-7-4-7 and 9, which looks weird, but my threat would then be to just play 6. And if they play 6 with 2-5-8-7 or something, I can play, 3-7-3-8 and 3. They can also take with 6-6-8-4. That's probably unpleasant. So that's probably not a very good idea. This looks like a tough random to me. This looks like not a game I should be too enthused about. The standings, basically, if I win this game, which looks rather unlikely because I have a tough opponent and I think a difficult hand, if I win this game, I clearly get first. There was a chance if Tezuka went on a huge run, he'd catch up, but he's tied a couple games. It would have taken a ton of wins in a row. He's moved up to 4th, but still I think is now, well out of range. Tezuka and Turds can finish on 48 if they win out. They probably won't get the games done, though. Akiyama could finish at 44 if he wins out. Delial could finish at 49, which would tie Yevon, who's also at 49, and I am sitting on 48. So if I lose this game, I'll feel sad. It will be my only loss. If I tie this game, I tie with Yevon on 49. I have 2 games left, but I think I win on tiebreaks. I'm not entirely... The tiebreaks are listed, but I'm actually not sure what they mean. So it says winner, highest points total. So we'll both have 49. Second, if tied, total game score will be used to separate places. And I'm not sure that's total number of kind of cards taken. Like if you win 6-4, is that for total game score, is that 6 points or is that 2? Because if it's 6 points, then if I tie this game, I'll be on 130, and Yevon, having played 2 more games, will be on 131. If it's difference, I'll be well ahead with plus 50 to his plus 32. So I'm not actually sure which one that means. The other tie breaks don't matter, but if it went to the next tie break, it would be most wins, of which we're tied. If it's the next tie breaks, it would be head-to-head, which I won, and if the next tiebreaker would be a head-to-head match. So actually, game score pretty relevant here. Aicila thinking. I'm still most worried about 5-8-8-1 and 7. I haven't done too much thinking about what I want to do about it. They pick up a different card and put it in 7. Okay, so I have a directional weakness, but maybe a little more, hopefully more play here. Hopefully. Nah, to be honest, I have no idea what I want to do here. They have an up issue. One thing I notice is their only cards with more than a 2 up both have an 8 down. And my 8565 or 8647 or 6747 can potentially cover that in annoying ways for them. So for instance, if I played 8647 or 6747 in 3, this might be a difficult card for them to take. Might be. They do always have 5881 and 2. But I probably have some tools against that. I can set up some combo stuff. And they have difficulty taking from 6, because I can combo any of their captures. I feel like I should be playing against their up weakness. I feel like I can control those cards, and maybe my 6747 will be a really good sweeper at the bottom, or maybe my 8647, or maybe my 8565. Though the more I look at it, the more I think I can expend my 8565, because that is so well controlled by their 6684, even though it is my best downward card. It is the only thing that can take a 5. I'm just not sure a position will ever come up where it gets to take a 5. So I am tempted to play 8565, not 8565, okay, 6747 or 8647 in 3. This is what I think I would like to be doing here. What about how I address their starter? I have the only way I can take it from 4 and not be comboed is 3738. 3738 can also take it from 8 and not be comboed. So that's definitely a card I want to hold on to in my hand. Still thinking about 3. I think there's a case for, I just don't see a move I like in 1. I don't want to make the game downward, so I don't want to go in 9. I don't think taking immediately forces the action in a way that's all that good for me. So moves in 3 and 5 appeal. 2 and 6, this is not a position where 2 or 6 is jumping out at me. So I'm really thinking my move is in 3 or 5. And 5 really isn't appealing, so I think I want to start in 3. And the question is, do I use 8647 or 6747? I think I'm feeling 6747, but I'm not sure I'd be able to articulate why. Let's try it. Another game where I'm immediately scared here. Gotta put in the game. Had some tough randoms of recent, and we're just trying to survive. It's my list of games. Alright. We have Aicila. First was up. Started 2587 in 7, and then I went 6747 in 3. Just trying to create a little inconvenience for them. One thing annoying is if they play like 5881 in 2. Not that I, have to play in 1 or anything, but 8565 in 1 is actually covered by 2468. And any of the other cards with a 4 down are covered by 6684. So 5881 is actually kind of annoying. And if I played 3738 in 1 and they took with 6684, I've almost run out of left power. And so there's a lot of scary lines. My next move, I think to survive this, I'm gonna have to calculate quite precisely on my next turn. This feels like that kind of position. Of course, they also have options in 5, in 1, in 9. 9 makes some sense because 9 is the square I have tricks, right? My next move, I might like to go 2, because if they go 6, I can combo them. Therefore, it might make sense for them to block 9, the square I'd combo them from. Though, is 2 that big a threat? They can just go 1 safely? I don't know. I just tried to create a little pressure on them, but I'm not sure it's anything. If they went in 9, I would probably block 6. But I probably can't do it with 3, 7, 3, 8, because then they might be able to... I guess they can't play 5, 8, 8, 1, and 2, because I have the combo in 5, and I'll get there before they do. But this is all quite tenuous looking. I don't know. I tried to make a move that essentially, like, posed them some problems. Like something that was at least a little tricky for them to take. And put the move back on them. I think their starter was good. I was sort of thinking 5, 8, 8, 1, and 7 made sense directionally for, like, punishing my hand. But this move made a lot of sense for their hand. They have 3 cards with a, 2 facing up or less. So I've been complaining about my hand, but their hand's definitely going to take some work to handle well too. And I think theirs was favored in this specific matchup, but I could be wrong. I could just have a great hand here compared to theirs. But I think the 8/6/6s play really well. And they got rid of a corner that potentially may not have had play against my hand. And a very redundant corner, right? They have 3 cards for the same corner, all with kind of the same strengths and weaknesses. Maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, and 7 made more sense if you were going to drop one of those. I really don't know which is going to be more powerful over the game. The 2, 4, 6, 8 definitely plays well against my upward 8s. So there's a very good case. There are no rightward 8s in... there's only one rightward 8 in either hand, so the 5/7 part of the 2, 5, 8, 7 probably isn't doing a lot. So yeah, no, this makes a lot of sense. And it was certainly a starter I was not happy to try to meet and remain unhappy about. So that's all great. They just block a square they don't have. Now, can I touch that? Yeah, but they just capture me. Doesn't look great. They also notably did not give up their coverage of 1, because 5, 8, 8, 1 covers it. I think my main move here is probably to go in 4, but I don't love my setups there. For instance, if I play 7, 7, 4, 4, and 4, they stick something in 1, I hit them with 8, 6, 4, 7, and 5, they hit me back with 6, 6, 8, 4, and 6. And that looks terrible. So I'm not sure I have a way to set up there that doesn't end up with me taking the pain. No, maybe this works. Bear with me. I play 7, 7, 4, 4 in 4. They play, say, 5, 8, 8, 1 in 1. I combo in 5. Notably, when they combo back, it doesn't combo 4 back. They combo back with 6, 6, 8, 4. They cannot set up 6, 6, 8, 4 to have 8, so there's probably not a scary move in 9. I then can go 8, 5, 6, 5, and 9. That's going to flip 6, which is going to flip 3, which is going to flip 2, which isn't going to flip 1, but I will have 2, 3, 6, and I've locked in 4. That could be good. I also do have a threat in 1, so it's hard for them not to block 1, and they don't have a threat in 5. I could also play something like 3, 7, 3, 8 in 6, but I've kind of spent so much time on another idea. So 7, 7, 4, 4 in 4. I kind of think they have to go 1. I combo in 5. If they don't combo back, I can always block squares with 3, 7, 3, 8, and I will have locked in enough cards. So I think they must combo back with 6, 6, 8, 4. I play 8, 5, 6, 5 in 9. There's 2 5s and a 4 aiming down at 8. none of their cards can capture quite enough to win there. And in fact, if they hold the wrong card, they can lose. Okay, I believe that ties. They might have something clever, but they don't have a good combo card in 1. Or they have 6, 6, 8, 4, but they don't have a good combo card in 5. And without it, I think that position's good for me. My alternative option, which I should spend some time covering, is 3, 7, 3, 8 in 6. They do not have 5. I sort of do have 5. They also do not have anything in 9 that I cannot capture. But I feel low on time, and I'm not sure about this, because they have a lot of options. They can go 1 there, and I don't know if I feel good. We should probably spend a little more time thinking about this, but I think I'm going to make the move I'm happy with, even though there's some time on the clock where I could consider other lines. And we'll put in the last 2 moves. They played 2, 4, 6, 8, and 2. I played 7, 7, 4, 4, and 4. Just like the last couple games, I'm sort of just hoping this peters out into a tie. I think this is not a game I should have large aspirations. I'm just trying to be a bit tricky and to maybe have calculated something. I do think 4 is sort of the normal move, because I didn't have safety in 1, and I also couldn't, if I played 1, I couldn't force them to put something I wanted to attack in 4. So 1 wasn't a major option, and if 1's not a major option, there's 6 locking things in, but anything I put there, I felt like I was getting attacked so many different ways. And 4, if I can set up both squares to be good for me, can clarify the action. Now, maybe they can go 1, 6, 6, 8, and 5. Oh, I didn't think about that. No, same thing as last time. I go 1. Oh, I can't go 1 with 8, 5, 6, 5 there. No, I can, because 8, 6, 4, 7 can combo back in 9 as well. I was thinking, the point of 1, 6, 6, 8, and 5 is if I go 1, they combo back a whole lot of things in 6, and I've used up 8, 5, 6, 5, but luckily 8, 6, 4, 7, and 9 can also combo back that downward 8. Okay, that was a moment of fear, but it does suggest there's tricky things, because if they can combo the card in 3, then it's hard for me to occupy 1 in a useful way, especially if they flipped 4. I do seem to survive that line, but it's very possible I've missed something. Like, if they have a cool move in 8, I missed it, you know? And I do miss things in positions like this. I blew a game to Delhi going into a position like this where I thought I'd held the tie. Now, he ended up missing the win, and Aicila sent it to me after. Or as YouTube's word caption script would call him, Hakiyama. But it's easy to miscalculate these positions. I don't find them easy to calculate. I do think I have, with 2 cards that control 6, 6, 8, 4, and 6, and without them having something in 5, I think this is going to be decent. Aicila, incidentally. Oh, there's no icon for it. They won a tournament towards the end. Sadly, there's not an icon. I was hoping to see the icon. Oh. Oh. That is a shame. You feel like when someone has, won a tournament, should get that icon. I hope that comes out sometime then. I believe beat Slash of Time in the finals. Very worthy person to have beaten. Slash of Time has made a lot of finals. As Ruffles once said, put some respect on Slash's name. So I believe if I tie this, I clinch the tournament. And, well, we both certainly have cases to be made that our hand was worse. I do not feel I was super capable of pressing for a win here. No, this is, non-trivial for them because they're often left without many captures here. I think it's just enough to tie. I think the main line's 5, 8, 8, 1, and 1, which flips two things. They go up 6, 4, it flips 4 and 7. I go in 5, I flip everything but 1, so that's 3 cards. I lead 7, 3. They go in somewhere. 6, they flip everything but 4 and 7. So they're going to flip 3 cards. So they're going to be up 6, 4. I go 8, 5, 6, 5, and 9. That flips 3 cards. It flips 2, 3, and 6. And they go 1, 6, 6, 8, and 8. And they flip 7 and 9. And I believe you'll find that's a 5, 5. They don't do it. They use 6, 6, 8, 4. Oh, fascinating. Now there's winning chances for all of us. Winning chances for them, winning chances for me. I don't know what's happening. What's the first move I should check? Probably 1. They didn't set up a combo in 6. So if I go 8, 5, 6, 5, and 1, I will lead 7, 3. If they go 1, 6, 6, 8 in 6, they lose. I just block 5. I'm up enough. If they go 5, 8, 8, 1 and 6, it becomes 6, 4, but I capture it and I win. If they go 1, 6, 6, 8 and 5, I lead 6, 4, and I win going in 6. If they go 5, 8, 8, 1 and 5, that's nonsensical. If they go 1, 6, 6, 8 in 8, it becomes 6, 4, but I can go 5, and 5, 8, 8, 1 is a dead card. If they go 5, 8, 8, 1, and 8, I still lead 7, 3, and I block 5 with like 3, 7, 3, 8. I think 8, 5, 6, 5, and 1 is a win. I thought I'd have to calculate a lot here, so I was hoping whatever I picked first would be promising. It might be that there are a bunch of wins here. I think they didn't... Either I miscalculated the line in 1 to the end and they actually don't tie there, or I think they saw to the combo and didn't look a move further. I'm not sure. I mean, definitely tough position to calculate. I get the fear. So 8, 5, 6, 5, 1. It's currently 6, 4, so I'd be up 2 there. If they go 1, 6, 6, 8, and 6, I can block 5. They will be, probably with 8, 6, 4, 7, they will be able to flip a card, but only 1, and I'll be up a whole lot. If they go 5, 8, 8, 1, and 8, I can again block 5, and as long as I don't walk into a combo, which I can't, we're good. 6 doesn't work, for sure. 5. 5, 8, 8, 1, and 5 is pretty nonsensical. I just go 6. It wins. 1, 6, 6, 8, and 5. 5, 8, 8, 1 is pretty dead in 8, so I can go 6 there. Lastly, 1, 6, 6, 8 in 8. I can block 5 and 5, 8, 8, 1 unless it gets a random combo, which it doesn't. And lastly, the most dangerous probably is 5, 8, 8, 1, and 8. But I'm up 7, 3. And they don't have a capture from 6 on 3. So I think this is a win. I never feel as sure of my calculation when I am recording, because I try to talk it out and that makes it go slower, and because it's slower, I also don't remember it as well because it's like more time ago that I calculated it than I'm used to. But I think I have calculated actually really well in these recent recordings, and I'm quite pleased with how that's gone. So I think my move in 4 was really good at applying pressure and did that better than 6. I do think it was a tie. I think they could block 1, but I could be wrong on that. Again, these are positions that are very difficult to calculate. And their hand really was pretty bad, and maybe I also misevaluated the relative hand strengths, because looking at their hand, it looks pretty terrible. Looking at my hand, it looks I thought pretty terrible. But all the synergies seem to have ended up playing for me, which might have been that my move in 3 was really good. Or that their move in 2 was not a great follow-up on their start in 7. I'm not sure. Interesting game. Definitely a complex one to end on. Randoms are so... such big swings, right? Where it can go so quickly from, like, this is miserable, gotta be really careful, to this is great, feel good, this is all working. They do indeed go with the move I thought looked like the critical move. And now I just have to make sure they only capture one thing. I think the cute move is to go in 6 and let the final move be in 5, but I do not want to have to think about that. I am not a classy player when shook, and I feel a bit shook. So I'm going to go with the... I think, incidentally, Aicila playing awesome in Nephilim. Just, like, really clean every game, really good hand-making decisions. Just, like, because I think... I really appreciate kind of efficiency. Like, here are hands that are just going to be efficient and play well. Here is play that is just clearly very sound and makes sense and is just strong and pressuring at every point. And I sort of aspire, like, sometimes I aspire to fancy play and sometimes I aspire to very non-fancy play. And I think Aicila is just a nice, so far in Nephilim, not too many games in, but has had a really nice middle ground there of just very sound formational play, good moves at every point, not needing to do anything fancy, but not necessarily making like basic moves either. You know, finding the Z when it's correct to play over the Q, just very precise, good play. And I feel pretty lucky to get the win here. And I think that will be the last we see of me playing this tournament. I may make a recap either going through where I think I played well or where I think I should have played better. But I might also just like go in on Yevon's games and look at those because Yevon did fantastic. And I believe Yevon did this run without playing a single corner starter, which to me is just wild. And so I think it might be fun to deep dive into Yevon's play. Cheers.